All right. I think we're rolling, Ernest. Yes, we are. All right. This is Jason Turner with Three Wells. And with me today, my co host is.
Ernest Benkovsky. What's going on, guys?
You say that's so slick and cool.
It took a few years of mastery, Jason, but I finally got it down. And it works in a variety of situations. And one of these are these. So, yeah.
I gotta work on my pregame. Well, hello everybody that's listening to us today or seeing us today. Ernest and I are going to be talking about a couple of products. It is morning. I'm on the West Coast. Ernest is on the East Coast. So we're covering the entire country today. So I'll be talking about Papa and Barkley, a topical and a gummy. I don't know if you've tried these Papa products that I'm about to try. I know we're going to do a big switch, transcontinental switch later on this week and try each other's. Is that, yeah? You haven't tried these Papas, right?
I have not. I'm excited to try them, though.
All right. So here's what's going to go on. Ernest and I have both used these products a lot. So it's not like we're just reading the bag and saying, here's what it says. We've actually used them and experienced them for a while, which means we have, some real world, not just what you read on the package or what the manufacturer claims. And the other thing is Ernest and I are not being paid for this. So Papa has not paid me to do these reviews. So that way we get to be candid, which at Three Wells, that's really what we're about, is bringing you the reality, because there's a lot of noise, there's a lot of claims, and unfortunately there's a lot of bad products out there. And that at Three Wells, that's one of the biggest things we do, is we sift through all of that so you don't have to. And at Three Wells, in case you're not familiar with who we are and what we do, a lot of people call us the AARP of cannabis. So we very much are tailored toward people 50 plus. I'm of that age group, so it's a very comfortable, and I hate to admit that, especially in public like this, but I have to. Anyway, so we're very much tailored to people 50 plus, and we sift through all of the products and services and claims and industry happenings, and we bring you the reality. We bring you the straight shot on everything, and we're here to help you be well, live well, do well, which is where our name came from. So for products and information and sources and all kinds of things tailored to 50 plus all around cannabis, and that includes CBD and THC, CBDA, the list goes on and on and on. We go through all of it, and you can learn about all of it at Three Wells. So there's our preamble. This is a non-paid for promotion, and let's get into it, because we got a lot to talk about. So Ernest, I'll jump in first. The first one I'm going to review, and I have two today, is you see that Papa and Barkley gummies.
Yeah, that looks good.
So this is the Papa and Barkley. I'll hold it up so people can see it here. Cannabis Infused Relief gummies. This is the berry burst flavor. I've got an apple tart flavor here as well. And then the important thing here is how much CBD and or THC is in it. And this has 5 milligrams of THC per serving. So for each gummy, there's 5 milligrams of THC. Now, I'll say this, and I have said this to people so many times that are new to cannabis and are new to edibles. Start with 5 milligrams and no more for an hour until you understand how your body relates to the plant and to THC and everything going on. I can't tell you how many times I have seen and personally witnessed people taking 10, 20 and more milligrams in the span of an hour, have never taken THC before, and they are well beyond intoxicated. And it turns into an unpleasant experience. So all of that is to say, these are 5 milligrams. If you haven't taken THC before, or you're pretty new to it, just take one gummy, wait an hour, and then see what the effects are, and you can determine how much to take after that. So
what is it that they say, Jason? Low and slow, right?
Glass. Remember that one? Glass. Go low and start slow. And
there it is.
Do it. Trust me. So here it is. A little more detail. There's 100 milligrams total THC in here. So there's got to be 20 pieces, right? Simple math, 5 milligrams each, total 100 milligrams. It says right on the package, 20. I didn't have to do math. Anyway, so on the back, there's, you can see the ingredients. We're getting a little psychedelic there. And the thing that, because I always look at ingredients, because I don't want to be taking a bunch of junk and putting it in my body. And with this one, the first thing I read was fruit juice blend. I'm like, okay, that's a good first sign. It isn't some sort of odd chemical or dye or something like that. And I got to tell you, I've seen a lot of Papa and Barkley products, and I've used a lot of Papa and Barkley products, and there's a reason. They're good. And not only the gummies, but the topicals and many other products. And the reason they're good is because they believe in the whole plant, and they believe in very natural ingredients. Now, let's see. This one, does this one have pectin? I'm trying to see if it has, if it's vegan friendly. I can't tell. Do you know if these are vegan friendly? I think it is, because I don't see any gelatin in the ingredients list. So
they probably are. Yeah.
Yeah. I hadn't thought about that. My wife's vegetarian. She's not vegan. But yeah, these look like they are vegan friendly. I should call Papa and Barkley and find out for sure. So let's open it up and take a look. So I'm going to open up the tart apple. I've already opened up the berry burst because I had to try them. So it's just a simple tear open top, which is nice and easy. Now, here's the thing and these are often on products like this, child-proof Ziploc bags or Jason-proof Ziploc bags.
And Ernest-proof, trust me. It's like, I am still that kid. I cannot open it.
So here's the thing, and this isn't a Papa and Barkley thing. This is an industry thing, and I get it. You got to make it hard for kids to open, and animals. Animals will get into these if you aren't careful, and it won't harm them. They'll be, if it's on THC, they'll be high, but you can't OD on THC, so that's why it won't harm them. Chocolate's a different story. Let's not talk about that. But anyways, the product. So these child safe, Ernest and Jason safe Ziplocs, they're tough to open. And I've watched people that are, who have arthritis or elderly, and they have a really tough time with these bags. I have a tough time because I am not, actually, I can't even open this one. Anyway, the trick to this is you don't pull it like this. You actually, the motion is like this. So imagine it's like that, right?
It's like a sawing motion.
And you same with sandwich bags. I'll show you that in a second. But if you just do that, I'll try and get where you twist it like that. Look, it's open. It's so much easier.
That's like the little magic trick,
And here's the thing with the zip, the sandwich bags.
Yeah.
If you hold them in one hand and you just take your thumb and do that, the sandwich bag opens like that. You don't tear the plastic. You don't wrestle with it. So anyway, there's your trick of the day. Everybody's probably going to go, okay, that was all I needed. I'm good to go. So let's take a look at these tart. And I'm not going to take one now because it's morning and I don't take THC during my workday. But there it is. Nicely a little dusted.
Oh, okay. Do they feel sticky? Are they like sticky in your hands? Or are they pretty...
No, they're not. And they're a little firm. Okay. And I know because I've taken these. Here's the thing. I don't take gummies just to take gummies. I take gummies to sleep. And I've had lots of different gummies. And the Papa and Barkley gummy, the thing I really like is they're not really sugary. There's a lot, and they're not really tacky like a candy either. They're a little firm. And I'm glad you asked me about how they feel, Ernest, because that firmness is a nice texture, but it also tells you it's not just full of sugars and gelatins and all kinds of things. It's actually full of natural ingredients, because no natural ingredient is really tacky and like gummy-like, right? So I don't like taking a lot of sugar before I go to bed. And so because these are only lightly sugared and not super sweet and they're not very candyish, it's a nice thing right before I go to bed. So here's what I do. And here's what I did with Papa's product too, is I took it, I take it about 20 minutes before I'm going to go to bed. Because it usually takes me about an hour for it to get into my system. So I'm just starting to fall asleep. It kicks in and it holds me to sleep. Now, here's the Jason test because there's a lot of products out there that claim, they have an even distribution of THC in them, and they don't, because what they do is they spray as opposed to infuse. These I know are infused. Which means there's a consistency to them, which means that you'll get the dosage that you're looking for every time. So here's the Jason test. If I don't take a gummy and I go to bed, I sleep till 3 a.m. If I take a gummy that doesn't work and I go to bed, I sleep till 3 a.m. If I take a gummy and I go to bed and it works, I'll sleep till 5 or 6. These kept me to sleep till 6. So there's the test. I know it's not scientific, Ernest. I know it's not, where's your lab test? You know what? I don't care. I just want to know if something works or not works. And this works, which I was happy about. And again, it wasn't sugary and it wasn't like unpleasantly candy-like. So I got these, where did I get these? Oh, it was a delivery shop here in Northern California. I forget how much they were. I probably should know that. But they weren't expensive, and they were average price. I'll look up the price before the end of our podcast here and let everybody know. But why don't we move on? Ernest, what do you think? Did I miss? Oh, by the way, I did. There are directions on how to open the bag on the back, but do the way I do it. It just works. And this isn't specific to papa&barkley, and this goes for all the products I think we're going to review today. It's always hard to read the ingredients. Because they make it so small, but that's a packaging reality, and it's not a papa&barkley thing. So I'll give this last note on this, Ernest. Would I buy these again and use them regularly? Absolutely. I think they're worth it. So let's go on to this, which is the Releaf body lotion 1 to 3. So 1 to 3 means 1 part CBD to 3 parts THC. So it's a THC rich product. I'll just rotate that a bit so you can see it.
I like how clean that design is too. It's a very pretty bottle. Like I could imagine it being, I know you have some taste, Jason, so I could imagine it sitting in your, somewhere away from children, but in a really nice area, and it would look really nice, like next to like a, little cologne bottle, whatever it is. So really cool. You
give me more credit than I deserve.
Hey, I mean, you're a classy guy,
So talking about the external packaging while you're on it, this is bamboo. So it's not yet another plastic, and it's not, a wood that's getting scarce. Bamboo, do you know bamboo grows, I think it's like a foot a day?
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's also really interesting. I think we've seen an evolution, especially over the last few years, Jason, of these brands using sustainable materials, right? This focus on sustainability. And it, when I look at brands now, it's like a very, very important thing, and it looks pretty, and it's not, going to go to another landfill. So it's great. The focus is phenomenal.
Yeah. And it kind of speaks to, I do know a little bit about the papa&barkley. We do work with papa&barkley at 3 Wells, full disclosure. Again, they're not paying me for this. But talking about the packaging, it is well done. And I think it reflects what they're about too, because look, we said at the beginning, there's a lot of not trustworthy products out there. And I got to tell you, when I see a bottle that looks like, the old school throwback stoner design, I think, okay, now I'm suspicious. And this papa&barkley isn't that. They take the Guy over there. I've talked to Guy a couple times, who's their product guy. And he knows his stuff, and he's serious about being natural and using whole plant and not, a lot of isolates and things like that, which just means, think about if you only have one ingredient, which is an isolate, and you get rid of all the other ingredients, which would be a whole plant, you're missing out on all that other stuff. And so they do a good job of bringing the whole plant, and that's their whole thing. So, and going back to the packaging, it kind of, that natural, that take this seriously. This isn't, a mom and pop stoner thing, that this is a genuinely good product. their packaging reflects that. So anyways, enough about the packaging. This bottle is 2.5 ounces or 75 mils. It does have THC, so keep it away from your kids. Not that they'll probably eat it. A good list of ingredients. The first ingredient is organic aloe. Again, like the gummies with the fruit juice, starting with a real natural something from Mother Nature. And it gives directions: apply gently and evenly. So anyway, you guys can read the bottle. Here's the thing. I've injured my wrist and I've injured my shoulder, and I put this stuff on it. And I'm not telling you it cures an injury. What I am telling you is that it makes things feel a heck of a lot better. It takes down the inflammation. It really does. They have a 3-to-1. This is the 1-to-3. The 3-to-1, I found a little bit better right when I had the first of the injury, because I think it's all the CBD, because 3 parts CBD to 1 part THC. And then this one was great afterwards and just kept things down, because the THC, I guess, opens up your skin a little bit more than just straight CBD. So this one got in there deeply, but I did think the 3-to-1 was a better one at first for me. But I think if you use both for any sort of inflammation, soreness, stiffness, etc., they're going to work really well. Now, I'm no Vanna White, so there's what it looks like.
Okay. Well, yeah. What's the smell? What does it smell like?
It smells kind of. It's like a lemony lavender, light lavender, like nothing heavy or perfumey.
There's no smell of marijuana or cannabis or anything like that. There's no after smell, because there's a few creams where you can smell it, but it sounds like they've done a good job mixing it all together.
They have, and I just put it on my face by accident. Yeah, Ernest, you're right about the other ones having a very, earthy sort of plant. You can tell it's a plant extract. I mean, if you really focus and there's THC in it, you can pick up such a tiny hint. But I got to tell you, if you didn't know what this was, you just smelled it, you'd be like, oh, that's pleasant. And I don't like perfumey lotions. Like it's just, I don't know what, I just don't like that. And I would wear that, and I have put this on and worn it. And it's not greasy either. Like it has that. And I was talking to someone who manufactures topicals, and she said it should go on, be a little slick at first and a little tacky, like a little stickiness to it, and then dissipate. That's a sign of a good cream. And that's exactly what this one just did and did when I was using it. So, by the way, buying these products, I mentioned before, whether it be the tincture, the topical, or the gummies or anything else, you really got to look locally. You can start at 3 Wells and just go on to our dispensary locator. And of course, you can go to Papa and Barkley's site and find them as well. And look, they're not in every state, unfortunately. I know they're expanding, and so are we at 3 Wells, trying to get across the nation. But the government's limiting distribution and sale. So as that changes, I'm sure it'll be more readily available. So what I missed, Ernest?
No, I think the only thing we missed here was clarifying and letting people know that topical products won't cause any psychedelic effects. So if you're concerned or if you're just getting into topicals, I think it's important to remember. We also have a ton of resources. If you go to 3wells.co, we've got information of how to actually, if you wanted to learn a little bit more in depth about topicals, applications, what they do, and all of the above, take a look. But this will not get you high, Jason, right? We want to clarify to our audience.
The topical will not. A lot of gummies will. Yeah, thanks for mentioning that, because it is a question we get a lot. And also a topical won't trigger a drug test or anything like that. Gummies do, because they have THC in them. So just know. And while it's technically not illegal in legal states to take THC, we get a lot of questions of, will I fail the drug test? Yeah, you will. And it depends on your company's policy. It's not a state or federal law thing. It's a company thing. So just be aware of that. I'm going to look up the prices on these, which I should have had in front of me, and I apologize, I don't. So $100, right? Before I educated myself on cannabis products, If someone would have held up a little bottle and said, this is $100, I probably would have said, what is in there? It's gold. So what are your thoughts on, a price point like that? What's your point of view?
Yeah, no, that's a question we get all the time. Hey, I went into the local gas station. There's a little bottle of CBD there for $8. What's the difference? And really the difference comes down to the fact that you're getting a product that's been vetted. They have all of their analysis. And that's one thing that you should definitely look into is when you're buying these CBD products, take a look at their certificate analysis, look at the lab reports, really educate yourself on the brand you're purchasing. But really high quality products, especially something like this that was organic, grown in the US, no stone unturned, so to speak, in terms of the process and the taste overall. It's well worth the money. You're going to be getting something that's quality and you're not wasting it. I mean, I've tried products that range from the $20 to $30, $40 range, price range there. And they're, they may feel like they work, they may not work at all. It's just a gamble. So you may be paying a little more money, but you're going to get a product that actually works. So
you said put it under your tongue. We hear sublingual a lot, and that's what that means. So if you hear someone say, "Oh, I just took a sublingual," they're using fancy words for I put a liquid under my tongue for a while.
Jason, you actually should definitely try this. This is so far one of my favorite CBD products. But it's pretty.
Ernest, we're showing two different products, and meaning not manufacturers, but of course they're different. But this is a lotion, that's a balm, right? So the thing is, the way I use it, and somebody's going to probably comment on this, feel free. But a lotion is sort of a little, it hydrates, it does a nice job on my skin. It also does, gets in there when I'm stiff and sore. I think personally the balms, and Papa has balms, and so I'm not trying to pitch one over the other, but just to get clear on balms and lotions for a second. The lotion is a nice sort of hydration, and yes, it helps the stiffness like I talked about before, but the balm, I found balms are much better when I have hurt my shoulder too, to really get, something that sticks on there and gets deep inside and starts that, a much more aggressive relief regimen. Now, I'm going to assume you agree with that. So the next thing is I put that the papa&barkley balm. I don't have it here with me, but on my shoulder for 4 times a day for 2 weeks. And it was amazing. And I had my neighbor who had been struggling for almost 2 months with this bad shoulder do the same thing. And he thought I had given him a miracle. So I guess you got some other products there. You're going to give a try on our next review. I got some other Papa products too. And I think we're going to do some Wana as well coming up in another couple of weeks. I owe everyone an answer on cost, right? So the lotion, this is 75 mil. This one's $45 for 75 mil. And the gummies, which are the 100 milligram, 20 pieces per 5 milligram THC per piece, is $20. So I don't know how much sleeping pills cost. And not to say you only use gummies for sleeping. You don't. You can use all kinds of different things. But for me, sleep is the number one thing. So I don't know how much sleeping pills cost, but for a natural way to get me to sleep and stay asleep, I'll pay $20 a pack all day long. But there, for me, I don't know about you, Ernest, but I don't have any complaints about the Papa stuff. I thought it was exactly what they claimed, even better. And I had a great experience with both.
Yeah, and you brought up a really good point about the gummies being infused and not sprayed. That's super important, and not a lot of people realize. If you are taking this and you want to have that consistent experience, it's incredibly important that you get familiar with the brands that you're purchasing from. We say that time and time again. It's what we do, what's core to Three Wells. But as a consumer, if you're out there, make sure that you get a sense of what this product is, and consistent dosage, consistent experiences. Those are really important for you as a consumer. Make sure you do your research, make sure they're infused, not sprayed, and you'll have a good time.
Great. And by the way, I don't know if I'm cross-eyed or what, but they'd say vegan right on the pack. You remember I was guessing, are they vegan? I'll be okay. They are vegan, which is nice. Anyway, Ernest, I think that's it for this session. We do, like I said, we have many more coming. And check out our site and regularly, and we'll be posting these up on YouTube as well. But just to remind you, it's threewells.co. I'm Jason, and that was
a wrap. This is
no,
Ernest.
that was
Thanks
Ernest.
For listening. That's right. I was going to wrap
my partner
it up.
rap.
Yeah, I rapped for you. But this is Ernest. Thanks for listening, guys. We appreciate you joining, and stay tuned. We're going to be putting out some pretty fun content via podcast. So,
all right, and like we say, be well, live well, do well. Take care, everybody.